Well, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is the ultimate story about the fight between good and evil. I think more so because it's the fight between good and evil for one man, a human man. You tend to think of these stories now, it's either monsters or aliens, the bad guys against the good guys. This is one decent human being who lets his dark side take over. As a writer, Robert Louis Stephenson is one of the greats. His classic books, like Start with Jekyll and Hyde, give us the iconic good and evil characters. You couldn't say to anyone in the street, mention the name Jekyll and Hyde, and they wouldn't know what the story is. And then you also think of the other great stuff that he's written, particularly Treasure Island, where he sets, Long John Silver has become the pirate for everyone else to follow and try and copy and emulate for years to come. This type of audiobook, I think, is, dare I say, more interesting and more fun to do. The type of audiobooks I've done in the past, I've been playing all the characters plus the narrator. So when you have a book that is 18, 20, 25 characters, it's difficult, fun, but for the listener, the voice can be just that little bit too similar in certain cases. With this, you have the narrator and all the different characters being played by different actors, which I think lifts it to a completely different level and a much more enjoyable experience for the listener. People should buy Jekyll and Hyde because it is the iconic, the first real story about good and evil, the first horror story about good and evil. And it makes us look at ourselves. Certainly when I was reading it and then performing it, it made me think myself that we all have a dark side. And we manage, the vast majority of us in society, to control it. But what if we just let a little bit of that dark side out? What if we lost a bit of control? And that's where Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde takes you, to where and what happens if we lose control.